Hey guys, welcome back. So if you've caught me licking my chops for the last 3.5 seconds, it's because I just finished eating dinner. Yum, 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 yum. And I can still taste some of it on my lips. So while this is booting up here, I will get the technical side of stuff and done. And guys, I realize it's the Super Bowl tonight. If we don't have any viewers, that's okay. I'm totally cool with that. It's always available once it processes and posts itself to YouTube. So either way, I think we'll be able to get something out of this one here. Oh. And I will not be eating a super crispity apple. You won't hear a thing. You won't even know it's here. Okay, let's see how our sound is coming in here. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Perfect. Yep, we are golden. All right, guys. Yeah, we are on fire. Uh-oh, now it's saying no data. Why is it saying no data? Oh, we're good. It just froze for a quick second. That must be the internet. So everybody's probably watching the Super Bowl. I think I already said that. So yeah, it's probably going to bog the internet down just a little bit in my neighborhood. See? Totally quiet. I need to do a quick audio check. Make sure I can hear my game, but it's not overpowered. We do not want feedback in two-night stream. I can barely hear that. All right, guys. We are greenlit. Let's build. And don't worry, you won't even know the apple is here. Nom 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 nom. So good. All right, what am I doing? That's right, we left off on the tower and the landing pads. And I just kind of got a little... I've always wanted to do a style like this where I had them V-necked. And, I don't know, I thought it would be fun to try it live. And we did it, and we nailed it. And I'm pretty happy with the way it came out now that I'm taking a step back and really looking at it. Okay, I know I'm not in the control tower, but I bet the view from within the control tower is pretty awesome. Oh yeah. Pretty awesome indeed. And I feel like a legit air traffic controller right now. Alright guys, so yeah, I'm really happy now looking at that, you know, after a week on how that all turned out. Alright, so with that, I am going to probably just work on the six-sided building for today. And in case you guys are interested, I do have a build tutorial on the control tower. It shows how to build the interior. It shows, you know, how to get like staircases going up into there and everything. So yeah, a lot of fun. And it's a really cool build. Hey Jules, welcome! Looks like I'm not the only one not watching the Super Bowl. Crunch, crunch, nom, nom. Yeah. Am I making you hungry yet? In case you're wondering, I am eating a Cosmic Crisp apple. And it might be one of the largest and crispiest Comic Crisp apples I have ever eaten in my entire life. Okay guys, so I did go ahead and start working ahead just a little bit. I think when we left off, I only had the one floor done, and I started just kind of building a dummy floor up here. But honestly, this was just so I could do work. Like, I was trying to get the ceiling going and stuff, and I was just having all sorts of nightmarish problems. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and rip a lot of this back out. Because I really, A, don't, you know for sure which way I want to go with all this stuff. And B, I want to show you all the build steps and how I weasel this stuff into where I want it to go. So, yeah, let's build. And this is going to be a grow house. But it doesn't all have to be a grow house. Like, I can make several floors with planters, sure, you know, that'd be fun. But then, like, one floor can be a lounge, one floor can be just literally whatever you want it to be. Yeah, Jules. Somebody asked me if I was watching the Super Bowl in this morning stream. And I was like, oh, I don't know, when's the Super Bowl? They were like, oh yeah, that's today, dude. So, yeah, clearly I had no plans to watch the Super Bowl. I like the cookie. Alright. So, when I do a six-sided building, I'm having some kind of a glitch in my game. Where when I stand in certain spots, it acts like I'm not sealed in, even though I'm sealed in. So, I don't know. There's been a couple of pretty big updates pushed these past couple of weeks. So I'll have to see if my my damage bar lights up at all while I'm building today. All right, so I'll show you what I have built, and I will show you the build processes for this. Whoops. So it's basically just the large triangles. Wow, I'm having troubles today. My spaceman has butterfinger feet. Wait. Butterfeet? Wait a minute, I hashed this out the other day. Butter boots. That's right. When I kept sliding off of Death Mountain in TOTK. So anyway, enough goofing off and enough fooling around. I'm going to show you guys how I put the floor in. And sometimes, guys, this can be real painful to do. As a matter of fact, I have one, I say again, one panel I couldn't get in. This one right here, to make the greens go the right way. It was irritating me. I finally just gave up and stuck it in there. So, you know, sometimes it can't be perfect, but you can get it close enough. Alright, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of layers here. Onions have layers, ogres have layers. So, Onion Boy here is going to use the large triangles. And you might actually have to put a dummy build on the outside. Again, this is No Man's Sky, and it doesn't always want to do what you want. So just kind of find a place here where this will actually snap, whether that's inside or outside. And wow. I had a... Excuse me, I had one greenlit there a second ago. Now it's just not... wanting to go. Okay, well... let's try God mode. Oh, what just happened there? As per the usual, God mode is no help whatsoever. Okay, so in this case, what I might have to do is place a square. And, you know, like I said, it can be... well, this one will have to be outside so that you can get the inside one going connected to that. And again, I'm a stickler for the green, so I'm going to try to get that right on this floor. So from there, guys, you just kind of piece it all together. Just make sure that the green matches the windows or whatever perimeter wall you're working with there. And you can't go wrong. Matter of fact, I might need to... I might need to go into first person here. I just kind of forgot that's like my golden rule of building in this game. Alright, much better. Timber triangle, please. See, what did I tell y'all? You wouldn't even know the apple was there. Okay, now where the land comes up, because it's less, you know, it's within a floor here, thickness, me putting these floor panels in should take care of that for us. So in other words, we shouldn't have to worry about the dirt. Dirty Joe Dirt. Excuse me. Such quiet and pristine music. It's a peaceful planet. Never mind the 10,000 degree rainstorms. When it basically rains the sun. How did that thing get in here? Oh, wait a minute. I boo-booed. Gray needs to match the window. Well, at least he's not aggroing on me. Little victories. Okay, so that's how I get, you know, the first layer. Again, onions and ogres, layers. And then the second one should just build right off the first one. And it'll go quicker, you know, the tighter the circle gets. Give it time, Jules. I'll start crashing here in about 45 minutes. I like the cookie. This apple is so juicy, it's literally dribbling down my chin right now. And my daughter says I have a butt chin, so it's like in the crack. Wait, am I allowed to say that? I think I just admitted to the world my chin has a crack. Dude! There we go. Almost there, guys. I know it's tedious, but I just wanted to show the build process all the way through. What is up here? For tutorial purposes. Ah, nuts! They got me again. Alright, there it is. So now I've got a center opened up again, just like up here. So now, you know, kind of working with the land, you know, I've got another floor here now. And it's okay that it burrows into the rock a little bit. I actually kind of like that look. But if you don't, you can seal that with just solid wooden builds if you'd like. But I'm going to live on the edge. I'm going to keep it glass. I have faith in the structural integrity of this transparent material. Actually, Jules, this one's on everything, I think. I know it's on Switch. My son plays it. I'm pretty sure PSP has it. I'm pretty sure it's on... Actually, I know for sure it's on PC. But... the Switch still does not have online multiplayer access. So if that online is something that you're interested in, you might want to go either PC or another console besides Switch. Alright guys, so I basically got 3 floors built here now. And this is our main floor. This is the one that connects our sky bridge. And I'm digging the way this thing came out, by the way. It's perfect. Alright. So yeah, again, main floor, and then, you know, another main access way. So this will probably be the top floor, and I might put like a little loft idea up top here. Kind of like what I did in the other building, but a little bit, you know, more stylish. Maybe something to conform to, you know, the counterweights up there or something. I don't know. I got you, Jules. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'm real timid with the online scene sometimes. I'm real green, you know, anyway, in that world. So, I prefer to just leave that feature off. The only reason I even turned it on was my son and I thought we could play together, you know, same world and stuff, build together, just goof off, whatever. But that's when we found out the Switch didn't have online access, so... whoopsie! Alright, so... these are just your standard, you know, railings. And... I had to remove the railing so I could, you know, see how I wanted to start putting the planters in here. Not to be confused with Planters Peanuts. Wait, am I allowed to say that? So yeah, basically it creates a little hallway here. You've got the planters around the outer perimeter. You've got them around the inner perimeter. And then your walking path just kind of forms itself. So since this is going to be like the main in and out, not to be confused with In-N-Out Burger. West Coast, bye-bye! Wait, am I allowed to say that? Yeah, I'm going to leave that planter out. I kind of want it open there. I might put a plant or something fancy there. I don't know yet. But yeah, planters will go around 4 of the 6 walls, and we'll leave these 2 open. So that being said, that is kind of like the building face, this corner right here, facing the other building. So whatever I do up here, I'm going to want it to center with that. So I might actually just go ahead and bust this out as well. And then stairs, guys. Stairs are going to be a major pain in your butt-tissimo. And I know I'm allowed to say that. So yeah, stairs, you're just going to have to play with it. I don't know what else to tell y'all. It's going to drive you absolutely bat crap. Trying to get the freaking stairs to snap in sometimes. But if you play with it long enough, you'll eventually find the sweet spot. And you'll be able to get it going. Alright, here we go. Little half rails. That'll seal the deal. Oh, something else we can do. What? We need stairs going down, too. We can't just limit it to what we're doing here. Okay, so I'll probably seal this in now with... floor plank or something. I don't know if it'll let me get away with another one. I'm gonna try it. Sometimes they'll snap next to one another, and sometimes they will not. As a matter of fact, it's been a long time since I've even tried to do this, so this might not be a thing anymore. Oh my goodness, it still works. Wait a minute. Wrong freaking stairs. Okay. Come on, baby, where you at? That ain't it. I think that might be it. Sweet. And I know it's probably super hard to see on my screen. Apologies for that. Not really much I can do about it unless I drop a bunch of lighting in the building. I suppose I could do that. Now that I'm saying it out loud. But yeah, I just basically had to kind of fiddle with it and, you know, until I found the right place to stand and the right pixel to stare at. And then you can see this kind of makes like a... I don't know, it's not ideal, but it is functional. Well, to a degree, I guess. You have to kind of hit the middle from wherever I decide to drop floor. Okay, there's another way to do this. Okay, see, I'm taking storm damage right now, and I shouldn't be. I'm completely sealed in here. So I don't know, that's been a thing. I don't know if it just doesn't like the structure, but I've checked it and rechecked it. I don't have any openings anywhere. So the only thing I can think of is maybe because I don't have floor sealing the bottom, maybe it still counts it as open, even though they're, you know, into the ground. It might still consider this an open build, so I guess I could try walling it in, so to speak, from the bottom. Just to test my theory here, and then I'll know, and then you all will know. Dude! Nope, still taking storm damage. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This is just weird. I mean... all the ceiling panels are there. It's sealed. Like, there's no openings anywhere. It's just really weird how in certain places where I stand, it'll just start, you know, They'll start nickeling and diming me to death. Actually, Joel, surprisingly, no. I guess I'll find out someday, but yeah, so for now, I mean, I've been good on that front. Okay, so another way around this whole staircase thing, you know, just for some style. Wait a minute, that's not going to work either. We won't have any clearance to go down. Well, this is basically what I do, guys. I just sit here and play with it until it works out or it doesn't, you know. This is kind of my process and what I go through. So you're just witnessing it live now is all. But yeah, I'll spend some time fiddling with stairs until I get something I want. Okay, so it does function. You just have to make sure you hit the middle. If you hit slightly to the left or right, it'll just want to push the character that way. But, I mean, it looks cool, and it does work, so I'm going to roll with that. And then to go downstairs, I'll have them going on the outer side, because it works better going up than down, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, now we're cooking with grease. I can go ahead and... I can't flip, I don't know why, but... I guess I'm stuck with grain that way, and that's cool, whatever. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so that's all conforming now. Stairs are down. So that's one way to consolidate all this. You can also do something else here if you want it more open. You can actually put straight timber. Shiver me timbers. Man, they really need a better build mechanic in this game. Alright, so yeah, you can just put a couple of straight timbers down. Just like so. And one thing I do appreciate about No Man's Sky building is the overlap feature. So, you know, this just kind of helps to keep it opened up. And, you know, it still shows a little bit of style there. Then you can just go ahead and do your thing here with... Well, I'm not sure if I like that. I do not like that, as a matter of fact. Stand by. Let's see what happens with the triangle, shall we? Oh my goodness. Alright, so we got one there. We got one there. Yeah, see, this actually looks better. I think. I guess it would go that way. Okay, so now we've got an even space for these railings. So yeah, sometimes you got to consider the railings too, and how those are going to fit in wherever your floor is going to meet up. So I mean, this sells, you know, it's not perfect, but it sells, and it looks cool, and it still feels open-ish. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm freaking happy. And then, yeah, from here, just large rails. Bro. Alright, now I might have to rip those rails back out, you know, to get the planters in where I want, but that's okay, like, it's in, it's done. And I really like the stairs, how they came out, so yeah. We're gonna roll with it. So for the, whatever we're gonna call this, the balcony, the loft, the lounge, lots of options here. As you saw what I already had pre-built here, I can go ahead and do the large squares. Assuming the game will cooperate and give me some snap points that I need. Oh, that's a bummer. Bro. See, sometimes if you talk to it and you treat it like family and you call it bro, sometimes it'll work. Bro. See? It's all in the bro. Bro. Okay, and I know that's funky. But I might try some triangles from here and see what happens. Actually, that. Let's keep going and see what happens. That works. So does that. Uh-oh, we might need another bro soon. Bro. Ah! My bro failed me. Bro. Okay, that might be interesting. I might see what happens up here. You won't really know until you start putting railing in. Okay, so that can probably do halves, I think. Oh, it's so close. I don't know if I'm gonna be happy with that opening the way it is. I might just have to settle here. And that's okay, I can find something to do with those little overhanging pieces. So in the grander scheme of things, this might be the way to go. And then I can call this the loft slash bar. Or maybe I can call it a bar, and I'll name it the loft. I'm giving Jules free ideas right now for her business. Get it done. The Bloft. Was that a typo, or did you mean to put the B? Yeah, Jules, I know exactly what you mean. I don't know what it is about the horse controls in BOTW. I used to complain about it constantly. Bro! Alright. So yeah, that'll be our loft. I'm having trouble finding the middle. There we go. And again, that kind of points, you know, the direction I want. So that's like the face of the building. The front face. Okay, so loft is done. Sweet freaking deal. And again, the stairs aren't perfect, but I like how they look, so I'm going to keep it that way. In fact, there's probably things that I can do to help with that a little bit. Nah, scratch that. That's what I get for thinking. Alright, so yeah, that floor is done. So I'll go ahead and get the planters around it. And show you guys that. Actually, what do we have for decorations? See, I'm always slacking on the decor. That thing's massive. I can't scale it? Vapors. That's fun, but I can't scale it. That's really fun, but I can't scale it. I can't scale any of these? Bro! Alright, well... what else do we have for decor? See, I wish we had little bushes and trees we could plant. But no bushes and no trees. Furniture is kind of boring. Oh, we have small planters. And those can be scaled. Okay, now we're talking. I'm going to have a gigantic Super Mario Bros. Bush in here. And nobody can tell me otherwise. Wait a minute. I don't want it sticking out the window. I don't know, that's a little big, isn't it? Yeah, we need better plant options. One thing I really liked about Subnautica, you could plant plants. I loved it. Okay, that's... Oh, I think it's massive. Oh, too tall. Well, maybe not. Hold up a second. I might be onto something here. Doggone it. I can't find the middle. Okay, so I mentioned doing something that could help here. So check this out. But guys, this is work. This is very labor intensive, but it does work. So you can use either the short or the wide timber walls. I'm going to go short. And then you can do that thing where you can spin it, spin access. But to do that, you got to come out of snap mode. So now that I'm out of snap mode, I can do spinning the axis. So then what I would do is spin the axis this way. And then rotate it so that the front piece of wood is like facing, if that makes any sense. So now it's like a flat board. And again, getting back to, you know, taking advantage of the overlapping ability in the game here, we can kind of make some like pre-stairs. And then we don't necessarily have to worry too much about the, you know, going left or right. We'll just be able to go straight up the stairs. So you can do one like there. One like there. And then that should be enough to get us up and over. Uh-oh. Okay, I must need to get those closer to the ground. It's not gonna... It's not walking up that way. Wonder why. Hold up a second. Cycle access. Got it. Make it flat. Got it. Or flat-ish. Well, that thing just doesn't want to drop to the floor. That is so weird. I'm trying to understand why it won't drop to the floor. Yeah, well, it's just like a floating build. Huh. Well, I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board on that. I'll revisit these stairs, I guess, in a later stream, you know, when I figure out how I did that in the past. It wasn't that freaking difficult, though. I just remember it taking time, because you had to eyeball every single build. I don't know if something like this can plop down in there. I can try it. And try to line that up nice and straight, or at least as straight as possible. Okay, so that's probably better. Now I don't need to worry about how I'm going to get upstairs. Okay, and that was actually a lot faster to place than the way I would have done it anyway. So I guess just for now, you know, that's probably going to be okay with me. So, from here, planters. I know, I keep talking about planters. Not the peanuts. And... large planter. Oh, Jules, we're way ahead of you. And it doesn't even require a mod. It's actually part of the game. It's called Nip Nip Buds. So yes, absolutely a part of the game. And while I ponder that thought, I'm going to crunch on my apple that really doesn't exist and that you guys don't even know is here. Nom, 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 nom. I like the cookie. Alright, so planters. Oh wow, this is gonna suck. Trying to show you this, like, with the view that I've got. So again, guys, it's just all eyeball. Everything will be eyeballed. But the cool thing about when the planks are facing the right way is you more or less have an idea where they belong. So just try to center this middle one here. So that triangle piece. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but I like to get them, you know, as close to perfect as I can. I'm a stickler. And then with this one, make sure the right-hand corner of that build is going to be kind of like in the crack. This crack here, whatever, this line, where those two join. And then that's how you know the corner of the next one's going to butt up to it the way it'll look decent. I really wish they had a nudge feature. That would help with building a lot. Okay, so again, guys, you just got to eyeball everything here. Everything, everything, everything. Also, look at those little handlebar looking things on the sides of the grow build. I kind of line those up too visually, like that. And again, not always perfect, but it does help me place and get them, you know, relatively rode up right.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
I like how you recanted that pretty quick. I love where we're at as a society now. ... Well. Yeah, I got you, though. Like... yeah, I got you. Me too, by the way. Game downloading. You do not mess around. So, what made you start downloading the game? Was it finding out that they had Nip Nip Buds? I suddenly feel like eating brownies. Planter butt cracks. Yeah, well. There's one on my chin, and there's one in the floor. Alright, let me get these planters planted. You know what I mean, not planted, but placed. And man, my controller is on like a hair freaking trigger. I've got one of those magnetic sensors. The problem is there's not much of a lead-in when it starts moving. It's like all or nothing. But the upside is you never have to worry about controller drift. So, gotta take the good with the bad, I guess. Okay, and then I think that's the other... Okay, so yeah, we are done here. And I'm going to go ahead and drop one more, just because they're freaking cool. I don't care who you are, but this thing is cool. So yeah, I'm definitely dropping another one of these. And how exactly did I place that? I think I centered-ish. I tried to center. I can do better. I can always do better. Alright, let's see how this looks now from a loft view. So now we've got plenty of visibility across the terrain. Very cool. And I'm taking sword damage inside a sealed building for no reason whatsoever. I don't know if Hello Games is working on this, but I hope they are. Because this really sucks. Alright, so yeah, there's that. I like it, guys. Like, I'm really digging this. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the middle there just yet. We'll come back to that. Alright, so with this one, you can actually put 3 on each deal here. I tried to do that so quiet. My mouth was closed and everything. It's just a lot of apple. And speaking of a lot of apple, I need to watch the time. I got 1 hour left. 1 hour to see how much more damage I can do on the planter building. Oh no, the bane of my existence, metal plating. Oh, Jules. Watch. Understand. This item right here will be the bane of your existence. Get to know it now. Make friends with it. It ain't going anywhere. It is never leaving. Never! So yeah. Metal plating, bane of my existence. Let's go ahead and craft a whole bunch of those. Wait, where'd they all go? Oh. Oh yeah, I got you, Jules, and this is quite the game for exploration. Like, you will not get bored with it anytime soon. It's just a lot of fun. It's well guided. I think it was a solid purchase. I hope you enjoy it. So metal plating is used in everything. Everything. And I've got whole bunches of build tutorials out on the playlist here. So if you give some of those a watch, you'll see why it's so painful pretty quickly there. But oopsie. So yeah. Or what I could say is, you'll find out. Okay, so I'm going to try to kind of squeeze these in together like so, and try to match that up as best as I can all the way around, and see how that lines up. So just kind of overlapping the tub wall or whatever. Okay, I can dig it. So, you know, it kind of looks like it belongs, in other words. Super cool, super fun. And then for here, we just simply... Yeah, that's what I should have called the video. The metal plating demon. How to slay the metal plating. Okay, the thing I hate about doing it when the rail's already there is you can't see. Like, it overlaps, and I don't want it actually overlapped or fused into the railing. Ooh, that was close. But it works. So I'm going to run with it. And I'm only going to actually show you guys the build process for the one floor here, because, guys, this can be time-consuming, especially when you're eyeballing it all. So, you know, just thinking about brevity of the stream here, I'll just show the building process, and then y'all can kind of take it from there and build as many floors as you'd like. Okay, this might have been a little too far left. I probably should have started more to the right with that first one. Ah, come on. Such a touchy joystick. See, I should have scooted that first one over to the right just a little bit more. But that's okay. I'll just go ahead and let it fly. Fly, little birdie, fly. So I guess I can use this crack, the floor crack, not to be confused with my butt chin crack, as kind of like a guide for where the right corner should be. And again, eyeballing it, it's going to be kind of tough. But I actually think that sets in there just about right. Now I need to back it up. Maybe that'll do? Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so yeah, these fuse just a little bit, and we'll be okay. I'm on a hair freaking trigger here. Got it. No way that just lined up that quickly. I knew it was too good to be true. That just scared the bejesus out of me. Alright, there's that. I got one more row here, guys, and then I can finally wire these, turn them all on. Plant our plants. That'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so that's centered more in the crack now. Actually, I can scoot that over just a little bit more to the right. Boy, that's hard to tell. Alright, perfect. Wow. That'll be the last time I get it that perfect. The cool thing is when you have to rip stuff up because you didn't like how it placed or just whatever, you always get your mats back. Not all games give you that privilege, but this one definitely does, so... Yeah, Hello Games, if you're going to change the building mechanic, please don't take that away from us. That is a godsend. Okay, last but not least, the last melon. The last melon. Pow! Oh, wow, I actually held my breath for that last one. So that's it, guys. That's how the floor will end up looking, you know. And now, granted, these are not turned on. We will fix that. Oh, and this base isn't powered. So I'll have to show you my little... I'll have to show you the powerhouse over there. And we'll have to get these powered. So that's getting back to more metal plating. That'll be great. That'll be awesome. But yeah, we'll have to go ahead and wire all these together. Excuse me. And anytime I'm doing multiple floors and builds like this, I always like to wire through floors. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. And then... So basically, I'd have the exact same setup of planters, you know, on the next floor down. And essentially, these snap points for the wiring is going to be, you know, directly above and below and so on. So just to kind of show you what in the heck I'm babbling about right now. Let's just say, you know, I was going to put another, which I am, just not in tonight's stream. But we'll go ahead and get another row of planters going here. And just make sure that's roughly about where it needs to be, and that's fine, that's good enough. Go ahead and get a large one down as well for the same reason. Right about like so. And then from here, we can wire these to one another. Just like that. And this is how I connect floors in my electrical grid. And then you might be wondering how I connect them across the floor. A couple of different ways you can do that. So you can put another wire, just kind of... you need to get out of snap mode in order to make this happen. But you can put that sucker like right underneath, but like lined up where the other wire is outside the window there, and snap that to the bottom of the floor piece, just like that. Then that gives you another snap point, but you'll have to, you know, go back into snap mode for that. Okay, so then you can snap that. You can come across the floor piece here, and you'll have to take it back out of snap mode once again. And then just try to get this as close as you can to where the wire goes. In this case, it's pretty close to being right there. Pretty close. And then go back into snap mode. You can now snap that down into here. So now both rows are effectively connected all the way across your build. And I just like it having, you know, going across the floor pieces like that. It's not hidden, but it's out of the way. There is a way to hide these. You can actually rip the floor build out, find your snap point like where the floor piece would go, and then you can build the floor piece back in so the wire would be completely concealed. If you guys are interested in that, I can show that too, I suppose. And I'm not going to keep this one. I'm just going to put this one in to show you how to put it in there. Okay, so for this I'm going to use God mode. And we're going to come out here. Oops. Come on. Okay, and now you can kind of sort of see like where the floor piece would go. So then you could snap this, say, here, or, you know, even into the floor build here, so you can see exactly where that's going to be, no kidding. Then you would go back into snap mode, of course. Oh my goodness, with God mode here. And then you would just kind of do the same thing, you know, wherever you wanted your wire to end. You would rip out a floor build and kind of just find that center point, you know, and then the wiring would be nice and concealed. Matter of fact, I might not even have to rip the floor build out. I might just be able to go ahead and slap it down. It's not completely concealed. But again, I showed you how to do that if you so desire. But for me and my purposes for the stream here, I'm just going to go ahead and leave my floor alone. Let's go back into snap mode, I suppose. Perfect. Alright, and then these are already all wired all the way across, so yeah, all I gotta do is power it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a hotspot for electricity nearby. Oh, hey, Walter. Hey, what is up? Good to see you again. I like it, Jules. I like it. How would that be depicted on Sesame Street? I hope it wouldn't be a white powdery substance. Alright, folks. So, yeah, I'm digging this. I think I will just go ahead and put down a little bit of a mini power plant here. And honestly, that's going to take a lot of solar panels and a lot of batteries. I really wish I had a hotspot for the electricity, because the electromagnetic generators do, you know, so much better on pumping juice. But we don't, so I got to work with what I got. Now, I've already built a basement in here. Let's go ahead and go back to the basement. I might just go ahead and build a power plant down there, since I've already got it, you know, halfway constructed. And then this way we can leave it out of sight. And I might still put my vault wall down here. I'm not sure about that yet either. But it probably won't go there. So, power plant. I might push back this way or wherever the ground's going to go deep. So, okay, the hill goes up that way. So, yeah, I want to make sure my cave goes farther that way than any other way. And guys, to do this, I just simply use the terrain manipulator. Oh, and this might be problematic because I'm indoors right now. And it's hard to get the thing to cycle. See, it won't cycle right now, it won't switch. So you have to go like outdoors, which is why I ripped this wall build out so I could get in and out quickly. And then you can cycle... And then you can cycle this to the different things. And you want the flattener, because the flattener carves out a 2-story hole amount of space here. So you can actually put 2 floors in off this one flattener. So it's just a real good way to clear a whole bunch of rock really freaking quickly. Not only that, it gets the spacing nice and even. So, you know, I know that the ceiling is going to look just like the floor as I carve it out here. So I'm just going to kind of sidestep, and that'll keep that wall nice and crisp, I hope. Okay, honestly, that should be plenty of real estate. I might even be able to get a little extra here. Okay, that's not exactly level, but that's okay because I'm going to put plank down or flooring. So, yeah, it works. And again, the ceiling is nice and leveled out. Leftover builds, whoops. Alright, so let's go ahead and put down our floor planks. And I'm not going to go too bonkers in here. I'm really just putting these down for now so that we can get a little bit of electricity flowing. Okay, that should do us, and it's kind of funny because you would think solar panels, they need to be outside, you know, to catch the rays or whatever. But the way the game is set up, they don't have to be outside. They never have. That's one thing that no update has ever changed. These things have always worked just fine underground. Now that I'm saying that, you know, No Man's Sky might be watching, and they might be, oh yeah, we keep meaning to fix that. So yeah, if you're watching, please don't do that. It's kind of nice having a way to hide the machinery. So I don't know how many it's going to take, guys. I know it's going to take quite a lot, though. Now, you don't have to spread these out. You can actually butt these up a lot closer to each other. You know, you can kind of like overlap them like this. Just to save on space, you can, you know, squeeze a whole bunch more in this way. And get her done. So, not sure how many I'm going to need. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10. And when I do my gold digging farm, it's 2 solar panels per 1 battery, and that's close. It's not perfect. So it might be about the same type of formula for the batteries. Let's try it. Let's try 10 batteries and see what happens. Well, that's 7. Of course, what really matters is, you know, how many planters I have. That would dictate how many I needed, but I don't know the magic number to that, because the last time I built a grow house, not that kind of grow house, Jules, but the last time I built a grow house, I used electromagnetic generators in a power hotspot. So... yeah, Jules, you're probably right. The letters would be floating around in space. Okay, so it must not be nighttime. Or it is nighttime in my game. Oh yeah, it's only 9:09 p.m. Okay, that sucks. So the lights aren't getting turned on anytime soon. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put a garbage wire down, you know, just to connect this to where the power needs to go. And then hopefully by day I'll be able to tell if it's enough, if it's not enough, whatever. So yeah, I don't care about aesthetics on this. I'm just going to get the thing placed. So I can get all the planters wired. Okay, and there is actually a way to find out, like, the network. It should tell you some network stats, so you can actually tell in advance whether or not it's going to be enough power. So open... Oh, wait, we can't open these. Stand by. We have to go open the things. We either have to look at the the solar panel inventory, or we have to look at the battery inventory. Okay, it's not telling me a network. Maybe the batteries will. No, it's not telling me any network stat. Okay, I gotta wait for the sun to come up, which really stinks because night literally just started. So I guess while I'm waiting for freaking day-night cycle, I can build more. And then, you know, it should be overkill, and then we shouldn't have any issues. I say the word should, lightly, loosely. And honestly, these don't have to look nice. I'm kind of a, you know, OCD a little bit, so I like things to be in nice even rows. But I realize that costs a lot of extra time, so in streams I'm just going to start putting the stuff down and not care so much. But honestly, I'm going to wall all this in anyway. So one thing I really like about digging the basements out is you can just build buildings in there. And then you don't see all the uneven, you know, rock wall surfaces. You don't see whatever you build behind the walls. It's all hidden, but still accessible to you, the player. So what I'm talking about is, you know, if I want this to be my powerhouse, whatever, I could just simply throw some wall builds down. And you never even know it was there. And of course, you know, if I wanted to, I'd take the terrain manipulator out and flatten that just to make it look right, but I think you guys get the idea. So now, you know, coming down the stairs, you wouldn't even know they were back there unless you knew they were back there. So, you know, I could actually put flooring in all the way around, and it would just look like interior room or building. In fact, I'll put a few down just to kind of show you that. I hate when I hit the wrong trigger. Then you gotta cycle through all the parts. It's terrible! And I cannot see a thing right now. It is so dark. Okay, so anyway, like I said, just nice, crisp. It looks like an interior room, and your electronics or whatever are well hidden. And I honestly don't even know if y'all can see this right now. Like, this is really dark. Where's my lights? Let's turn on the lights. That's usually a good one. Ooh, and I can make my level up royal symbol. This is a lot of fun. Check this out. The portal. Oh, and I do have a battery that's juiced up, so check this out. I can wire that to where I have my teleporter. That's up there somewhere. So yeah, that'll get some juice. And behold, there are lights. I think I'm saying this right. What's up? I'm Fried. How you doing? W build. Not sure what that's referring to. W build. Okay, so to make the level up royal symbol, I usually just kind of plaster two of these together. One right at ground level. And then the other one to where the light lights up just above that one. And they both light up. So I usually put something like this down at all my builds. Every game, if there's a mechanic to build, I figure something out that looks like this and I get it done. So, if I'm being honest, I had been using this in No Man's Sky for some time, long before I ever came back to the channel or came up with that emblem or logo, and this is literally where I got the idea. So now you guys know where that came from. But I like it. It's cool. Alright guys, I am done fiddling around. I'm still waiting for freaking daytime. What time is it? 2:19 in the morning. Ugh. Taking too long. Okay, well, I know I've got the solar panels for the job. Like, if it takes more than that, I'm going to be very surprised. Oh, gotcha. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm building. I'm just kind of building a base, you know, an overall base. And I'm taking everything that I've done in other bases that people have asked me about, and I'm building them all in this one base. So basically, this is like my overall building tutorial for all the different designs I've ever come up with. Today, specifically, I was working on the grow house, and just showing how I put the floors and the stairs together, how I, you know, put down the planting machines, and wire them, etc. I built a little loft up here, super cool. And I do want to build a chandelier, which I have not even started yet. Chandeliers are freaking fun. So hey, what a better... I can't think of a better thing to do while we're waiting for the sun to come out. And look at that skyline. Like, I'm loving that. Definitely digging that. Okay. I've seen advertisements for that Civilization 6 or whatever I think you're referring to. I never actually played it though. Okay guys, so chandelier. What we need to do is center a build. And I mean really center a build right in the middle of this thing. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and get into build mode, and I'm going to get out of snap mode. And I'm going to actually do a Triforce chandelier because I really like those. Not only that, I've showcased that in another build. So yeah, make sure you get your butt out of snap mode there. And also go ahead and put it into God mode. Whoops, I think I went back into snap mode. Hold on. Yeah, I pushed the wrong freaking button. I'm a genius. So yeah, we're really going to want to center this sucker, and you're going to have to find like forward face of, you know, the building. So that would be that way. And then you got to decide how do you want the Triforce to face. You know, many questions here. So then I would spin this around until I get it the way I want. Now this is the center triangle. So remember, the Triforce is going to be upside down if the center is right side up. So it just depends on how you want it to look when people come in. I personally am going to want the triangle with the point facing that way, so I need the point facing backwards for right now. Did that clear that right up? Did that make total perfect sense? Or do I need to chew on some more apple and rethink how to speak intelligently? Okay, honestly, that should be good. That should seal the deal. And that should be relatively centered. That's not really, is it? That's really not centered at all. Ugh. Okay, I can definitely do better than that. I need to get more under this thing, I guess. And the bad thing about God mode is you can't look perfectly up or perfectly down, so you really have to eyeball that part. See, like right now, I'm probably right under there, but... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it is... Maybe it's better than I'm thinking. Okay, so my center point needs to be to this device that's right above it. Let's try that again, shall we? Oh man, I lost freaking direction. This is turning into a complicated process. Apologies. Okay, so I want my triangle pointing up. Like so. Bro. Okay, I need to go back more. See, I'm having troubles here. I guess I need to go up the stairs a little higher in altitude. Okay, and again, I'm going to use that device that's above the triangle as, you know, and try to eyeball it to where about would be center. And I'm not spun quite the right way anymore. Okay, that looks like it might actually be better. Try to center that sucker. Okay, that's much freaking better. Okay, I can live with that. I can dig it. So once you get that build down, guys, that's the hard part. The rest is pretty easy. So from here, I would just use the half walls. And now you got to go back into snap mode here. And you're going to snap these half walls to that triangle we just put down. And you're going to have to, you know, play with it. You're going to have to find that sweet spot. The correct. There it is. There it is. And whoomp, there it is. I thought you knew. And you can actually hang the chandelier as low as you want. I definitely need that to come down a little lower. Oh no, wait a minute. We got to put another triangle build. That's right. So you cannot go down with wall builds. You can only build up with wall builds. So to fix that, we unfortunately have to put like a floor piece down every step of the way. Kind of frustrating, but you know, you got to work with what you got here. I'm trying to get one to snap right in the middle there. It's just not. There we go. So now I should be able to effectively go down with the rest of my wall builds. And so we can. Okay, now I think that's probably about as low as I want it to go. I could try one more down. Another option is you can use these little short walls. Uh-oh. My sealed building is leaking. Okay, apparently we still need that floor piece in there. Why is my sealed building leaking? I don't understand. Yeah, I'm all out of apple, sadly. Fresh out of apple, but I do have a hunk of Tony's chocolate I could go grab, and that'll really be some nom-nom action. I'll be wiggling my toes that whole time. Okay, you could do something like that just for a little extra, you know, something, but you don't have to. This is actually pretty cool. I think I'm going to leave this right where I have it. And then from here, it's just more... then again, you know what? No. That feels like it's coming down a little too low right now. So from here, guys, I'm just going to do some more small timbers, and I'm going to make the actual Triforce now. So now you can use these. You can use, you know, the different colored stuff if you so desire. As a matter of fact, I think I'll do that just for a little bit of flavor here. Come on. Get it done. Up, magic pixel. Alright, so there's our Triforce. So now just to show you the fruits of our labors here and why that took so long. Oh, check it out, the grow beds are lit. So clearly we have enough power. And what do we put in the grow beds? I'm going to put stuff that sells really, really good. And guys, I don't know if I have the mats on me, but I highly recommend unlocking the Gravitino host. Why? Because all three of these materials are early game accessible. The hardest part is going to be unlocking the specs for the grow beds. But you absolutely have access to these mats early game, and you can farm those in mass quantities. And then the other one I really go for is the Venom Sac. Or Sac Venom, whatever the game calls those. And again, guys, you would have to get to a green star system, sure. But, you know, it's still pretty doable, relatively early game. But once you get to that green star system, once again, you can put down the digging machines. And then once you have, you know, those 2 materials in quantity, then you can really go to town and just start, you know, putting these plants down. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about briefly. And oh my goodness, it has been a long freaking time since I've gone into my vaults for plants and stuff, so I have no idea what vault number that's going to be in. No freaking clue whatsoever. Oh wow, lucky guess. I have not been in here in a while. Wait, why did I go into the plant one? I'm a genius. I needed to go into my raw materials vault. I totally just fell off of that entire level and I went down 2 floors. That was awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to do the venom sacs or sac venoms, whatever. And so for that we needed emerald, just straight up emerald, not the other stuff. Not the activated emerald. And then a whole stack of gold, and I should have tons of gold somewhere. I might have to actually travel to my gold farm to pick up the gold, which really sucks. Wait a minute, I always keep gold. What is happening here? Yeah, okay, I got gold. It's in my starship. So guys, once you've got, you know, the raw materials, you can just spam place these. And what I usually do is I try to stand in a row and I just keep, you know, squeezing the button and it puts them in real quick like. So I just kind of spam the trigger there until they all place. And yeah, you can do this all day long, assuming you got the raw materials. And guys, these things sell. So the reason I said I would recommend these two, you know, these 2 plants in particular, this one might be slightly later game, because again, you have to get to that green star system for the emerald. But definitely the first one I showed you. Assuming you have enough plants going, that stuff sells, guys. Just keep selling. Like wowzers, you can really make some good early game units. Just with simple grow houses. So I'm just going to kind of spam that trigger as I walk here, try to get them all in there, since I can't seem to line myself up to do it the way I really want. Actually, maybe I can. Oh, the floor above me's got me trapped. Okay. Nuts. There we go. And if some of them, you know, have already planted, that's fine. Just fill it in where you can there. And the venom sacs that I'm planting now, these take about 3.5 hours to come to, you know, full picking size or whatever. The other ones only take about 2 hours. So you can go around and collect the other ones quickly, you know, every 2 hours, so you can pick them up sooner, sell them sooner, but they sell for about half the value. So they're about the same selling power per hour. It's just, you know, how often do you really want to keep coming back around to collect and go out and resell? So anyway, that's it, guys. I've got all these planted. Those will do their thing for the next 3.5 hours, and then I can come pick, collect, sell. Good to freaking go. Now, in order to really get, you know, sizable units, unfortunately, you have to have a lot of grow beds going. So, you know, keep that in mind. I know I showed you guys some of my grow beds in prior videos, but since I'm actually on the subject of a grow house in this particular stream, and since I feel like I've already covered build processes pretty, you know, pretty thoroughly there, especially with like different staircase ideas, And of course I can go bonkers, like I can put other stairs going down at an angle, say from here, you know? But of course I'd have to sacrifice a grow bed going in right there, but I could put another staircase going down right here for the next floor down. Come on, Poppy. Just like so. Actually, I could do a double wide. We're going to do a double wide. Why? Because it's freaking cool. And I think the front face of our building is still correct. Yes, it is. Because I'm a rock star. I'm only a rock star sometimes. Other times, I'm a live blooper reel. And you never know what you're going to get. Okay, so yeah, you can do more like a grand stairwell going down here. And then that would really open up into the bottom floor. So just another idea, you know, you don't have to do any of these. You can just kind of play with the stairs any old way you want. I actually did like a spiral staircase on one of these builds before, and it was really cool. Again, just another idea. Go nuts. Go bonkers. Let your creative, or whatever, let your creative juices flow. And let them flow freely. And may your cracks be your guides. Come on, Jules, you knew I was going to get one more crack joke in before I called the stream done. And actually, before I call the stream done, I mentioned I do want to take a moment and show you guys my other grow house, just to show you like the numbers we're talking, to really make the units flow to where you can go out and buy freighters, frigates, you know, things of that nature. Now, I would still recommend the gold farms for, you know, good fast units, because the plants, you know, that's labor intensive, it's time consuming, you have to power it, you have to plant it, you have to wait. Just, there's a lot involved with this. But the building I'm about to show you, it's a lot quicker to build the building, it's a lot quicker to put the planters down because they just snap. But you have to keep it grid pattern like this, or square, you know, or rectangular. And I'll show you what I'm babbling about here in just a second. Where's my grow house? Alright, while we're warping, I will catch up on comments that I might have missed. Oh yeah, Jules, chocolate is my devil food. If there was enough nutrition in chocolate to live on it, I would literally eat nothing else in my entire life. I would just eat chocolate. For however long that lifespan might be. I'd probably die at the ripe old age of 27 and a half. So yeah, getting back to like numbers, guys. But I built this... Uh-oh, thought my game was going to lock up there. I built this fast. Like, again, it's grid pattern, so they just snap right in. The planters do. Then, you know, you just stand here and do the row. You spam plant them. And you come back every 3.5 hours, collect and sell. It's money in your pocket. Now this entire floor is dedicated to, you know, glass making material, because I really don't like, hate is a strong word, but I hate digging dirt in video games. I hate doing it in Legos, I hate doing it in No Man's Sky, and yes, I know you can craft silicate powder into Windows too, but I don't like digging dirt. So I'd much rather just make a grow house for my glass making purposes. But yeah, guys, I had a lot of fun with this one, you know, again, with my sky bridges. And I actually started building the 6-sided building over here, and I was going to do my tutorial over here, but I already had it built. So you can see it's the exact same building, exact same design. And I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do the ground, because the dirt kind of like, it's stair-stepped. So I just kind of went bonkers with this a little bit. And I guess I'll show you what I did do. So you've got the outside here. As a matter of fact, let me get a better view for you with this. So yeah, it's the same building, the floors are built the same way, the stairs are all put in the same way. It was just a matter of, you know, doing things a little bit different with the walls, and not actually making a complete floor around the room like a donut, just kind of pulling them in from one side. So in other words, I decided front face of this building was going to face that way, you know, toward that really awesome sky bridge I got going on over there. And then the back door is kind of like the back of the building, or the back staircase, whatever. And then all the inside stuff kind of lines up on that axis, or that axis. Axis, A-X-I-S, Axis. I feel like I had a lisp there when I tried to say that. But anyway, as long as it's symmetrical, you know, build it. If it sucks, rip it out, try it again. It can't hurt. Did I just suffocate myself? I was not paying attention to my O2. What else was I going to show you over here? Oh yeah, just the numbers of plants you're going to need if you really want to have, you know, sizable units flowing in. So I had this figured out at one point. Every 3.5 hours, assuming I'm getting the sac venoms or whatever, venom sacs, that's these big ball looking things. Each floor is pushing about 3.5 mil every 3.5 hours. And I think I've got about 4 or 5 floors right now growing. So guys, that's a lot of freaking units every, you know, 3.5 or so hours. That is absolutely insane amount of units. But the gold farm I keep talking about. And in case you're wondering, I've got tutorials out for all of these things. Maybe I'll leave a link for my playlist in the description below. That way you guys, you know, if you're interested, you can click on that playlist and just kind of skim the videos and get the tutorial for the build you want specifically. Just in case you're wondering, you know, how I put all this stuff in. But yeah, guys, the gold farm, it's tough to beat the gold farm for fast units. Like, every 12 hours, I'm getting, what, about 300 million units out of this thing? Or no, 150. So in a 24-hour period, that's 300 million units. I mean, you're talking frigates, freighters, starships, just whatever you want to buy. The cash flow is here for that. But you can see, it takes a lot. So Jules, getting back to metal plating, and this being the bane of your existence, there's probably about 10,000 pieces of metal plating in this place. So have fun with metal plating. But don't worry, guys, I've got videos and tutorials out showing how I keep the ferret dust flowing so that you can just kind of craft the metal plating to your heart's content. And yeah, it's a party. It's a lot of fun. Alright guys, so that was the grow house. And I am going to get us out of here. And these are separate bases, by the way. If I had known better at the time I put the base marker down, I would have put the base marker down in between this site and the electrical hotspot on the other side of that sky bridge over there. And it could have all been one base, under one roof. That electrical hotspot would have powered the grow house, it would have powered the gold farm, it would have been a beautiful day. But I didn't think ahead, and they were too far spread apart, and it would not let me connect that powerhouse to anything electrical over here. You know, I tried to run the wire over here many different ways, it just would not connect. So anyway, yeah, I tried. Alright, but enough babbling about that. Let's get back to main base. And I'm going to try to tie up any loose ends. If you guys want me to show anything else to do with, you know, that six-sided building over there. And I still haven't quite figured out what to name the base. I need a name. You know, I like my names when I build stuffs. You caught that, huh, Jules? A very small glimpse into what's going on inside my brains. Yeah, awesome, Jules. I hope you have fun with it. It's one of those games you can be like, oh, I just want to do one more thing, just like Breath of the Wild. And then the next thing you know, it's like 3:30 in the morning, and you're like, oh my god, I need to go to bed soon. But there's just one more thing. So then 4:30 hits, and you're like, oh my god, I really need to go to bed now. So yeah, have fun with your new video game. Alright guys, I don't know what else I'm doing over here. I really just wanted to show the build. I wanted to show the grow house. Just different ways you can install it, put it in. You know, I could have made that building the grow house and made this, you know, something completely different. But I really just kind of wanted to keep this for the nanites. And I think I noticed some of the balls grew back. Because last time I logged in after that one update, the balls were all gone. I think there was only like one ball left in there. So yeah, it looks like some of the balls came back, which is good. So in case you're wondering why the balls are so important, those are for crafting nanites, which you need a ton of nanites in the game. So yeah, definitely check out my nanite farming videos. And that'll show better like what the balls are all about. Alright guys, I think I'm pushing close to 2 hours here. So, you know, mission accomplished. We got the build in. The only thing left to do is really decorate it, you know? Maybe put some sofas and tables and cool stuffs. Oh, the chandelier. We're not done yet. Shiny freaking rocks. Fistopia. I have to leave that alone. Nope, not doing it. Nope. No. Nope, not doing it. Nope, not doing it. The Bluffed, yeah, exactly. This is hereby forever named the Bluffed. So yeah, guys, chandelier. How could I forget the Triforce chandelier? Now, of course, you can make this bigger. You know, if you really want a big Triforce chandelier, you can extend that out to a bigger triangle. But I'm kind of happy with that size. And guys, for chandeliers, I like 2 specific lights. These 2 right here. So you're going to have to unlock those. But I just kind of randomly stick them in there. But I don't follow the contours of the triangles completely. I try to visualize like a circle here, you know? And I try to kind of keep the lights within that imaginary circle. It just comes out better, I think. But, you know, do different things, try different things. And, oops. And again, I just kind of put them in there randomly. Not that freaking randomly. That was a boo-boo. And, just kind of go bonkers, go nuts. And you can put, like, some close together in some areas and back, you know, some off farther away in other areas. I think I'll try to split some of these up a little bit here in the middle if I can get this one to cooperate. I hate how the view just arbitrarily moves around like that, but there's nothing I can do about it. And then what you want to do is kind of same thing over here with this light. Now you just randomly kind of fill in the holes, so to speak. Try to fill in the holes as best as you can. And this is where you can kind of start making more of a circle. So again, getting back to just, you know, lining things up, filling it all in. And I might even put another fat one over there. Another big boy. Big circle. Okay, and then just, you know, slap a whole bunch here in the middle, just kind of like randomly, like what we did before. And, you know, you can do this to your heart's content. If you want a real bright, just, you know, in-your-face kind of chandelier, yeah, stick them in. Light the sucker up. Light that roof on fire. Or you can tone it down a little bit, you know, and use a lot less, but I don't know, I just kind of like the randomness of it all. Now notice that one is hanging down lower than the others. That's because I snapped it to that light there. So you can do that too, just to give it just a little bit more depth. So yeah, you're going to notice that I'll do that with just a few lights, not a ton. And I'll do those usually more centered. So I'm going to try to find another one of the sweet spots there in one of the center lights. Like right there. Why does my view keep moving? Ridiculous. It's moving for no reason. No reason at all. The video game gods know I'm hungry and I want to end the stream now, so it's just not going to allow it. Nope. It's going to move things around for no reason. Okay, I'm going to try to get one more on this side of things. That should give it a nice overall look. And I can even, you know, stick another couple of big ones in if I really wanted. Like I mentioned that one perimeter light. I'll go ahead and put one here. That's pretty cool. Put another one right about here. That's pretty cool. And I kind of feel like we need another one back here somewheres. Come on, dude. There you go. Alright. So that's it, guys. That's my chandelier. And you can make that any shape, style, but the more random, the better, I think. And of course, you know, this is visible. Like, this renders in from quite a distance. So you'll see this coming in, and it's just a real nice aesthetic. And it's not necessarily there to actually light the building, by the way. You'll notice it's still very dark in there. So this has nothing to do with actually lighting anything. This is all just for looks. So yeah, if you really kind of want to light the flooring and stuff, then you just have to put the regular lighting down. Alright guys, now I feel like I've completed, you know, what I wanted to show in the build. The only other thing that I really haven't finished is how I want to put the furniture in up here. But, you know, again, that's just imagination. I don't feel like I need to do a tutorial for that, per se. I just use the basic stuff, you know, whatever chairs and sofas I feel like fit. Sometimes I'll go with the light table, sometimes I will not, depending on how they look. You know, I might think it sucks and I might rip them out. These light tables I'm not a huge fan of, but sometimes they work. For example, I really like those combined with the corner couches. To me, that looks like Big Pimp in here. So I might do something like this, you know, and you can even do this on both sides and kind of make like a Rambaldi device looking thing, or the Rambaldi symbol. Just one idea, one option. I also like the straight couches, don't get me wrong, these are super fun, super cool as well. And the thing I really like about the straight couches is you can do more with them. You can spread them out and kind of position them relative to each other the way you want. So, you know, if you want the L shape or the sectional look, but you also want it to be opened on the corner, you can do something like this. And I just think that's really cool too. So again, just, you know, go nuts. The sky's the limit on creativity with the interior stuff. Maybe offline when I just want to sit down and do a little bit of mindless, you know, decorating. Maybe I'll come back in here on an unscheduled and just kind of put a few random things down. But, oh yeah, you can scale these up, too, to make, like, a massive table. And then, you know, put it somewhere where it looks like it would have a point. It's just a fun little addition. But I really like the glowy stuff in this game. Anything that glows, I am all about it. You can scale these, too. So you can make, like, a little tabletop decoration. Very cool. These, again, I've already showed these. You can scale these up and down. I really only use these to kind of cap off ends for sofas. Just randomly, I'll do that for some greenery. It's a nice touch. Oh, guys, this is something I meant to show, too. Getting back to things that glow. Signage. So these signs are super fun, super cool. I absolutely love that these are even in the game. You can put them anywhere, and they have their own, you know, graphics. They have their own animations. It's just really nice touch. And the standalone one like this. So what I can do is put this like here. The last thing I'm going to show y'all before I actually do cut stream for real this time. Oh man, I can't get out of the axis. I will show this. Now, this is not going to be this permanent home for this. I'm just going to show the build steps. Actually, maybe it will be. I might do a corridor here. Okay, so I need to get back into first person for sure, because this is going to be a nightmare in third person. And to make sure I'm getting it centered right, this crack right here is splitting the difference. So that's the crack we're going to go by for making sure we're centered. And I'm actually going to rip these sofas out. And I'm going to spin those sofas round and round. Spin your partner round and round. And I actually dig this one. This is a good center sofa. And we're going to try to put this right in the middle, guys. Now, this is eyeballing. So it's probably not going to be perfect. But you can kind of line up, you know, that vanishing point with the crack. And you'll know that's about straight. So what I'll try to do is center that and then spin the other one around to face back to back and try to get that as parallel as possible. Okay, that's pretty freaking close. It might not be perfect, but it's close enough for government work. Okay, so then I would cap that off with a couple of plants. Where's my freaking plants? Why are things so difficult to find in this game? Am I looking right at the plant? I was probably looking right at the plant, and that's okay. So again, just to kind of cap this off, now you can do two, you know, like one on each, or you can just kind of center one. I'll show you both. I'll just kind of merge these into each other, but still kind of keeping a center point there to the sofa. About like so. So you can see when they're placed, they look more legit. Actually, I needed to scoot that one a little bit more right. Come on, right about there. Okay, so yeah, that's just one look, you know, and I kind of like that because when you're sitting there, you've got greenery right by you. It's really nice to have that. And then on the other side, you know, just to show you what it would look like, I'll go ahead and drop another one down right in the center. So you can see that works too, you know. Both are nice. Both give some greenery. It gives a little bit of an end cap to the sofa, so it's not just falling off into nowhere. And now signage. So these standalone signs are absolutely my favorite. So if you have a hallway or a corridor, it's like here I could have like a T-shaped corridor if you can visualize that. So try to center one of these to the crack. And you'll have to really visualize this one. So notice I'm lining the crack up with that little green line in the actual build. So that's actually center point of the build. So that's why that little line is right above the crack in the floor. So I know it doesn't look right, but that's because it kind of has an overhang here. So that is actually centered now. So then what I would do is spin this around. Just like so. Actually, I need to do it from this side so I can actually see what I'm doing. But these need to be going in the same direction. So like think windmill. And then you'll just kind of line this up like this. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. But that kind of seals it. But not strictly seals it. Like, it's just enough. And then again with the center point, you know? The crack. I wonder how many times I've said crack in this video. Between me and Jules, it is more than once. Okay, guys, and last but not least... there it is. And so now you can see that looks more legit. It's like an actual, no kidding, advertising board. You know, they're all kind of flashing different, showing different ads. And if I wanted to tighten that up just a little bit more and kind of seal that in better, I can. You know, you might spend some time putting that together, but when it's all done and said, it's a real nice addition to your base. Alright guys, yeah, I'm definitely pushing 2 hours now, and I'm getting parched, and I'm hungry. And it's definitely time for me to bid you all farewell. Definitely hope you all enjoyed it. I definitely had fun tonight in the stream. Thank you all for hanging out and chatting. It's always a great time. It's always a party. So folks, if you enjoyed the video and if you appreciated the information I've provided you here today, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment. That would be freaking awesome. And as always, until the next time, best of luck and happy building. Alright guys, I really need to go. Like... I need food and water so bad. But I mean, I could do this all night. But anyway, again, I just appreciate y'all. Definitely hope you all enjoy your builds. And until the next time, peace.